Anyways, that was a very long intro. I'll put a marker down, so if you don't want all of this crap, you can skip ahead. What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. Holy smokes. 5 days ago, I did not know what I was getting myself into. I reacted to Ren for the first time. Fire in the Booth. I'm sure a lot of you checking out this video saw that video. And if you haven't, I'll have a playlist at the end where I'm going to start putting all the Ren reactions. You can check it out. The not knowing what I got myself into has two reasons. Firstly, I had a hard time sleeping that night. Like, I watched a number of reactions, other people's reactions, after I did mine, because I was just like, how did other people handle this? And the truth is, I did see a lot of reactors, and even a lot of the ones that I like, that just kind of like vibe to it and acknowledged that he was dope and he was doing some cool things and pointed out a couple things. So decided not to try and break it all down. And that's totally fine. And then obviously you have Knox Hill, who is my personal like bar goat in reactors. Like, I don't know if you guys have known that, like, for me, No Life Shack is like the goat. And then Knox is like the bar goat. Like, he catches things that I don't even understand. And when I watched his reaction, I was just like, there was a couple things that I said, which I'm not sure he pointed out, like maybe it was too obvious for him, but there was a lot of things that he caught that I was just like, didn't know that. Anyways, I did not know what I was getting myself into. Secondly, I did not know what I was getting myself into because you guys blew that video up. Like, I have never gotten this many comments on any video that I've ever done. Ever. You guys put in, and I want to get the number correct, so I'm just pulling it up. You guys put in 875 comments. That has never happened. And they were amazing. Like, obviously, I haven't read all of them because that's a lot. I did try to read a lot of them. So I appreciate all of you giving me positive feedback on how I did. You know, I did my best, and I appreciate y'all, you know, acknowledging that. A lot of people had recommendations on what to check out next. One of the most commonly mentioned was this track, Hi Ren. Okay. I don't know what direction this journey is going to take me on. But since this was mentioned a lot of times, I'm going to check this out. But I got to be honest with you. I feel very hesitant after what I experienced the other night to go into this. Like, I'm just going to get destroyed. But I'm here. I'm going to go and do this. Just a little bit about myself, guys. If I'm ever like a little bit inconsistent, just bear with me. I am like a full-time dad. Even as I'm recording these, it's like I'm on dad duty for the night, our little baby. So if stuff happens, like if it's a bad night, I'm not able to record as much. So just so you guys know a little bit about my situation. Anyways, that was a very long intro. I'll put a marker down, so if you don't want all of this crap, you can skip ahead to this part, the good part. Maybe the bad part for me. I don't know. Hi, Ren. Here we go. Is he on a wheelchair? And he's wearing scrubs. And that's a pig dressed like a butcher. How ironic. Hi, Ren. Yo, YouTube auto captions are hilarious. As he's playing this, it just says down there foreign. Like, what does that mean? Yo, this dude can play the guitar. Okay. And a lot of you said that he made the beat that he did on the Fire in the Booth. That's crazy. And he had like beatboxing and stuff. So that was really dope to read in the comments too. very interesting what he's just played. Let's keep going. Excuse me? Like, what? That's crazy. Yo, like he did a little bit of singing on The Fire in the Booth. I didn't know he could do that though. What have y'all put me on?
Hi there, Ran. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ran on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ran. I've been taking some time to be distant.
Okay, am I the only one that got like major Smeagol vibes there? Okay, so right away, this is giving me like alter ego, you know, Eminem, NF. These are two guys that have done that a lot, type of vibes. But his voice shift is super crazy. Like M and NF, like they've never had that drastic of a shift in their voices when they're personifying the different characters or different parts of their consciousness or whatever you want to describe it as. Whoa. Okay, here we go.
Hi there, Ran. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ran on your pleased to...
Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. I love that. Okay. You might not be able to see me right in front, but I'm here.
Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ran on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Ooh, you're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is very interesting.
You need me, you're the sheep, I'm the shepherd, not your place to lead me, not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Bren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately.
Okay, since my therapist told me I'm ill. So I wonder how much of this story is going to be real. Like I know a bunch of people said he has like health issues and stuff. Again, there's so many comments. So I do believe I read that. So this could be referring to that. I love how drastic the voice changes. I love how he's facing in two different directions. So there's no like special effects to make it look like there's two of them. It's just him in a chair, which is kind of feeding into like the bizarreness of like what's going on. You're just kind of getting like more shock value this way. Because he's like literally turning in the chair facing two different directions.
To be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately. And I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times, you're civilian.
Ooh, okay. Bro, the facial expressions are crazy. Like he almost looks like super like pacified and dull when he's facing this way. And as soon as he turns, it's like the expressions are like on 12 out of 10. I didn't pay attention, but I feel like I didn't notice the lights flickering when he was looking this way. and I feel like the lights just flickered again. So I'm gonna watch out for that. He might be playing with that too in the visuals.
I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect at always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program. Rejoice all your...
First of all, we have casual multi-syllable rhyming. Always appreciate that. Secondly, he's talking about like he's like hitting on some like therapy methods, like the normal side of Ren said he's learned some new coping skills, and now he's kind of like addressing certain things like having white noise machine, 10-step program, like things that people could incorporate into their life and their daily routine to try and cope with issues or whatever.
This a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect at always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program. Rejoice, all your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself.
See, like the thing that's blowing my mind right now, like the rap performance is dope, but his acting, like with his facial expression, is just blowing my mind. Like I almost can't get past that to focus on the music.
Falling in place, and my music's been kind of doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not left over dinner.
I don't know what we call these two versions. Normal Ren and, let's say, enthusiastic Ren. I don't want to use any bad terms. Let's just say normal Ren. I don't know if you want this smoke with enthusiastic Ren, because he's talking kind of. Yeah.
It never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not left over dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting.
Okay, I respect that. So, yeah, like, I mean, he enthusiastic Ren, did I say sane Ren? Maybe that's not a good term either, because that's assuming the other one's not sane. But whatever, you know what I'm talking about. He's putting him on blast, but he's just like, look, I don't care about that. Like, I want to make dope music.
Commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing.
I like how he's kind of changed the. So this is one of those things you can do when you're writing. Notice that like the cadence in which he's like delivering, so as like how fast he's speaking, hasn't necessarily changed. But what he's done is like he's made the rhyme appear more frequently. So if you have like a 4-bar sequence, and at the end of every bar, so at the end of bar 1 you have a rhyme, at the end of bar 2 you have a rhyme. But what he's done here, it's like you have a rhyme at at halfway point of bar 1, and then at the end point of bar 1, and then halfway point of bar 2, and it just comes more frequently. So it kind of gives you this illusion or feeling of like things happening faster. This is dope.
So it gives me a purpose really I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that, I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song.
You're wrong. When I write, I belong. Ooh. That's a whole other thing you could open up.
You twat.
No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song, and then literally is now going to do this next part, breaking the fourth wall, talking about this.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious. Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original. You
Should I know who Plan B is? I mean, obviously, I know the Eminem reference. I mentioned NF. I don't know Plan B. But this is dope. He's saying, you know, it's been done before. And he's like, well, I'm doing it with a guitar, so it's different. And then he's saying whoever this Plan B person is, maybe they did it with a guitar too.
The subconscious. Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original. You criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all.
Yo, that's really dope that he just did the Eminem reference. And then he went into this criminal rhyme scheme. And I'm pretty sure I don't have the lyrics in front of me, but I think M rhymed with criminal in his song Criminal. But I'm sure that it has some sort of matching here.
Original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath us.
That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you.
I want to point out he did the seashells, and then he said, I'll make waves. So that's dope that he's got some connections there. That makes me think that I've missed some connections previously that he would have like snuck in with his writing form. Come on, man. Wake up.
Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath us.
That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually you say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren.
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots, and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
By the way, yes, the lights were definitely flashing when Enthusiastic Ren was doing his thing versus we'll call him plain Ren instead. But notice in this part right here, as he's doing the back and forth, we get plain Ren's turn, and plain Ren is kind of getting heated up now. So all those coping skills and mechanisms he's been using, you know, Enthusiastic Ren has been poking him a little bit too much, and it looks like we're undoing some of the benefits he's gotten from those coping mechanisms. He's getting a little bit heated, and those lights were flickering as he's talking this way.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren.
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots, and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason. Beheading all kings, I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistophelies, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender when standing in front of my solar eclipse. My name is stitched to your lips, so you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Okay, that part gave me goosebumps. So we know who he's referencing to. We're getting religious kind of undertones throughout here, and he had religious referencing in the Fire in the Booth as well, the Tower of Babel. Yeah, so like we know, well, I should know that this is something that could come up in his music, and we have it again here. So now he's talking about this enthusiastic side of himself being, everything that he just mentioned. So okay, that honestly gave me goosebumps as he got into this. And notice like the music also got like a little bit unhinged, and like, I don't know the term for it, but he's moving his hand as he's hitting those strings, so they're kind of doing this. If you know the term, definitely comment down below. I don't know the term.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me,
Dope.
my will is a...
Dope. He just stood up when he said stand on my own 2 feet. He started that verse the same way he started his response at the beginning of the song, after Enthusiastic Ren was like, you think you could get rid of me? And then he's like, hi, I've been distant, I've been trying to take care of myself, whatever. So he started it the same way, and now his transition into this. That's dope.
It's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east, and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I...
Ooh, yeah, so we're getting more religious references here.
Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east, and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as Hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake.
Bro, that line is fire, literally. So he just went through this. His other personality went through talking about how he's the, let's call it the bad side of religion, the bad character, and now this response is talking about the good character.
I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake.
Crazy.
So coward the man I've become, when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ooh. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate different side. When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light.
Damn.
And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Damn. I don't even know where to begin, man. That was I only have Fire in the Booth to go off of. And then the name of the song is High Ren. I don't know what you think of when you see that going into it, but what I received is definitely not what I expected. The talent is what I expected. The skill, the ability to write a conversational piece, okay, and make it rhyme, but not lose its ability to seem like a genuine conversation. So like, if I'm like, you listen to people talking and it can sound like natural, but you throw in rhyming into it to be able to still sound mostly natural while rhyming is it's a pretty awesome skill to have. It just means that you're a really good writer. Because obviously when you're rhyming, sometimes it can feel like the path that your conversation takes can feel forced because you're like, I got to put a rhyme here. It's got to rhyme with this or whatever. So all of that, I am still impressed, but I expected because I've experienced Fire in the Booth. What I didn't expect is how deep we went into some topics here. And how he is, how he is assigning these roles within himself. Like, he didn't see this as, well, this is just kind of like my wild side, and this is kind of just like my chill side. He went a step further and was like, nah, like this side is the side that's just like, F it. Like, we do whatever to do whatever, like, let's go. And he assigned that, like, the devil and temptation, the snake in the Garden of Eden. And his other side, he assigned, obviously, good and light. The implications of that are very interesting. I think that he is potentially doing that as part of his healing and coping process with his ailments and his struggles that he's had. Now, he, again, alluded to it at the end. I don't know the details aside from some of the comments that I've read, but he's talking about a 10-year process of dealing with these health issues. He said autoimmune, psychosis, and something else. I can't remember everything he said. So, everybody kind of has different processes for how they cope and deal. But he's clearly dealing and coping with it through that avenue, which is why he's used those descriptors and those type of metaphors and analogies in this track. I really loved that kind of spoken piece at the end, like where he's kind of just talking to us. I want to go back and listen to it again on my own. I would have loved to try to really analyze stuff in the moment, but in the moment it felt like something powerful was happening and it didn't feel right to pause it at that point, right? It was different when I was pausing in the verses and stuff, in the verse part, but like that part, it felt like I needed to let it happen. So that's super dope. That's something I got to go back and check. Man, like what's going on? Like the first request I get for Ren, at least in recent history that I've noticed, is Fire in the Booth. That, like, I don't even know what to say about that. And then a lot of people are saying I should check out High Ren. Like, is this what it's going to be like every time I'm reacting to this guy? Jeez. Anyways, if you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.